afternoon. Just a quick one. I know I always say that, but this is definitely going to be a quick one, which means it should only be about 2.5 hours, so it's good. I've been thinking about this all day, and I was trying to come up with like really bad chicken and KFC jokes, like that are basically like, why did the chicken cross the road? Here's two that I think are really bad, but kind of like bad laugh. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he was in gravy danger. That's so bad. What was the other one? It's on my notebook all over there. I can't remember. If I remember it, I'll tell you. Anyway. Then there was the other one, which was like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side dish. I can't think of it. I can't remember. There was just a whole heap of them. It was just so bad. That was the best one. The gravy one was the best one. So it's downhill from there. Anyway, so it's almost like people don't understand what, like, I feel like there's a gap in people's knowledge at the moment. Like, I know we're living in a crazy time where everyone's getting cancelled and stuff, but as someone who's worked in marketing and advertising for like forever, this idea that people don't understand how advertising works, how PR works, how publicity works, and how scandal works. And also I think I feel like there is a shift in the room. I feel like there's a shift in energy. I think there's a shift where people are just a bit fed up. And I've noticed, I'm observing it everywhere, right? I'm seeing people just go, fuck it. William Shatner went off today. It was great. Okay, you just roast the shit out of people. That's what we should be doing because they're idiots. Okay, so I thought what I'd do is explain that none of this is new. Okay, like from an advertising or PR perspective, none of this is actually new. Fucking, if you've read Chomsky, it's called, flack. I've talked about this stuff before. Okay, now, hopefully the gain on my mic's not too high. Let me know if it is. I've been fucking with settings again to try and keep the fucking people happy. Anyway, so KFC got in trouble today, and it's amazing to me how people don't realize that like KFC apologizes for an ad every 3 months. And it's just funny because that's how short-term everyone on Twitter, their brains have just fucking atrophied to the point where they forgot that Kanye announced that he was going to run for president at 2015. And then it's like they completely forgot that. And then they just keep reacting over and over again to the same shit. And then they forget that they did that 3 months ago. They're like fucking zombies, man. They're literally like, I've talked about this anyway. It's too much. But I feel like there is a shift in the room where more and more people are just being brave. And that's what I want to talk about because from an advertising point of view, right, a big part of the reason why I left marketing was, for the last 5 years, right, 5 years, well, probably a little bit longer, advertising and marketing has become, it's not creative. There's no creativity in it, right? You've got a handful of top agencies, right, that do great work. Some are doing brave work, but for the most part, like little agency people like me, we're forced to shit out fucking Canva, like data-driven. We do have to do SEO. We have to do copywriting. We have to do all of that building. It's just like basically like IKEA. It just requires assembly. There's no craftsmanship in marketing anymore, like for the most part. And that's part of the reason why I left. I think now that I've been doing a bit more creating, this is something where, I think people don't realize just how our data-driven design, data-driven marketing, data-driven anything, right? It's really ruined and it's stripped a lot of creativity out of it. Like all of these fuckwits, like marketing, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you work in an agency or you work as a marketing consultant and you're not fucking, in the top tier agencies, and there's none here, unfortunately, you're doing assembly work. You're doing fucking cookie cutter bullshit, right? So I can't do tech support on my stream, base man. Hello. I did see it. I'm just fucking ignoring it. So that To quote my daughter, that sounds like a you problem. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. So anyway, but the reason why I left marketing was because like I'm a creative kind of person. I like creativity. I like being brave. And, you know, as a marketing consultant, I'd get a handful of clients that were willing to be brave, right? They're few and far between. Like most of them are risk averse. They just do it according to the data. It was boring as fuck. There was no fun in it. And web design, because I was doing web design when it was fun, when you had Flash and you could just do animation and you could do all sorts of crazy shit. But now no one's got they just want the fucking, bog standard WordPress website that costs. Obviously, if you've got the budget, right, you can create that stuff, but they don't want to spend the money either. So that's why I quit. I quit because we were sapped of creativity. Everyone just wanted some cookie cutter Canva fucking bullshit, SEO optimized copy, all this stuff. It's not, there's nothing human-centered in human-centered design. It's algorithm-centered design. Stop lying to yourselves. Anyway, that's a side rant. Now, with KFC, okay, one thing that you need to know if you're in the industry is that they're one of the few ballsy brands that will actually take risks again at the moment, right? They keep trying, and I'm a big fan of their work. I'd like, just because one thing that you in the marketing world, right, you need to know your customer, okay? And you know what? The vegans aren't their customers, okay? The wokes aren't their fucking customers because they know that all these woke fucks, right, they don't eat like this because they know that they're all upper class, right? They know that they're all rich kids that don't eat this stuff. They're all posh fucking wankers that don't eat these types of things. They know who their customers are, right? And one thing about sort of when you contrast brand positioning with KFC versus, say, McDonald's, there was a point where McDonald's, and this is where Bill Burr did a comedy bit very similar to what I'd written down. But it's basically like McDonald's. You don't go to McDonald's for a salad, right? But they started to pander to the outrage, right? And nobody goes to McDonald's for a salad. If you want a salad, there's like it's a shitty salad. Like, why would you do that, right? Now, KFC, they've double down burger. Right when McDonald's were doing all their healthy options, KFC literally launched the double down burger, which, that's what they do. They know their brand. They know their customer. They know how to work this machine like fucking pros. And so what I thought I would do was walk you through. And what is brilliant about these guys is that they seem to be across a lot of the culture wars, right? They really seem to be because everyone fucking reacted to this. This is genius. This is actually a genius tactic. And I hope that more marketers can learn from this. And I wish that, I keep trying. No one's brave enough. Except William Shatner and KFC and me. That's it. But if your brand, you could fucking use this cancel shit to your advantage, all right? That's the only thing you need. In the first 10 minutes of the video, if you want to leave, that's what you need to know. So, start with this. Let's do a screen share, hey? Now, I don't understand the question. Is this global or just Australia? Anyway, I don't know the question. Marketing is global, strategy is global. So I'll talk about that. KFC Trinidad sparks backlash over racist Emancipation Day post on Instagram, which was actually pretty fucking funny. And what I've done is I actually made my profile picture anyway, I'll explain. So KFC Trinidad has since removed the said post and apologized for getting it wrong and causing offense to people. And that's what KFC do every fucking 3 months. They'll do an ad and then they'll apologize to whoever's pissed off and they'll just do it again. And that's what's funny about this whole thing, right? You need to understand, right? This is an absolute fucking shit show in terms of UX. So I'm just going to switch to text view. So KFC Trinidad and Tobago have issued an apology after an ad it posted on social media to celebrate the end of slavery sparked outrage on Twitter. Like it always does. On the occasion of Emancipation Day, a public holiday celebrated in several Caribbean countries, marking the end of slavery in the British Empire, KFC shared an Instagram post that users have described as racist and insensitive. Here we go. that the post shows KFC's famous spicy chicken with a silhouette of the Black Power symbol. I'm going to show it to you. Look at this. It's actually fucking, it's funny. I saw it and my friend shared it with me and it made me laugh. I was just like, that's fucking hilarious, right? And then, so the post caption, KFC wishes you a happy Emancipation Day, prompted stinging criticism in the United States. Of course it did. We're frightened because it's all about them, right? Always. It's always about the American fucking culture wars. All the time, 24/7, America sniffs its own fucking belly button stink. I'm so fucking tired of this stuff. Can we all just get back to having a laugh at Americans at their expense, please? All right. So, race issues in America are unique to America. Okay? Shut the fuck up, rich cunts. Okay. So, what better way to commemorate the emancipation of slaves than by pointing out that the Black Power symbol resembles a fried chicken drumstick, which I think is fucking funny. Like, this is trolling. It's trolling. It's fucking brilliant. I love it. Because, like, it's just got everything. Again, I'm arguing from a creative... Not everything is about fucking politics, you stupid assholes. From a creative point of view, okay, this is genius. Okay, I can only imagine that this is good for them, right? If you're offended by it, whatever, okay? So, it's pretty funny, fried chicken and KFC. Americans have fucking sticks up their asses. They really do. I'm just so tired of their shit. So, and then they go with, all right, so KFC issues apology. Shortly after the backlash, which I'm sure they wrote ahead of time, right? KFC Trinidad removed the post and issued a formal apology for any offence caused and said they will review its approval process. They say this every time, right? That's the thing that's funny, is they say it every time, to avoid future occurrences of such situations. We're so sorry that Americans were offended by someone else's stuff, which they tend to do. Like when there was a thing in Australia, right? When Harry Connick Jr. was on a fucking, it's a stupid talent show. It's Hey Hey It's Saturday, and when there was a blackface act. Blackface doesn't carry the same fucking connotations that it does in America, right? And so and there was a massive uproar. This was like 20 years ago. Americans got offended. Oh, sorry. Harry Connick Jr. got offended, and like then America got offended, and Australians went, fucking Yanks. Unfortunately, now they fucking, anyway, whatever. Now they can show up in our mentions. We can't ignore them anymore. So anyway, so at KFC Trinidad, we always strive to recognise our nation's multicultural history and makeup and to play our part in recognising it, the company said in its statement on Instagram. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so they posted it, takesy backsies, they reneged, okay? And what was funny was, so there's so many elements to this ad, which is funny because I know the KFC's creative team. Well, I don't know them personally, but I follow their work, right? They would have known what they were doing, okay? I heard that most of Trinidad found it funny and clever. It's a brilliant piece of advertising, right? I love it. It's silly. It's like I've actually got the drumstick as my fucking, you know how everyone's got the like Black Lives Matter fist as their fucking profile pictures at the moment? I've got mine as the chicken wing because I'm a fucking shit stirrer. But anyway, then titanium, so this is why it works, okay? And I'm going to introduce you to the concepts behind this. This is what used to be the case, and it still is, okay, if you're fucking creative about it, all right? Now, and I can tell you where the problem is, all right? Now, so first off, Titanium McGrath parody account. First up, they pointed out they think that the company is virtue signaling, so being sort of virtue signaling over race. Whatever, okay. First of all, not American. Second of all, whatever, okay. So this is, but this is just funny that Titania went for it as well, for a different angle, which was the virtue signaling, right? But remember, KFC, here's all the tabs of the things where KFC's run creative. KFC's bucket, 50th birthday, cleared of inappropriate language and implied swearing. They're always in trouble. KFC apologises for sexist ad that shows young boys staring at women's breasts. KFC. Oh, this whole chicken. Have you seen the whole chicken advert? This pissed off Peter, right? The whole chicken advert. It's caused controversy. They apologized. KFC's What the Cluck and Deliveroo ads banned. KFC accused of racism over Australian advertisement. KFC climbs the ranks for advertisement complaints. It's fucking brilliant. Hang on, I'll get to that. Some Colonel Sanders fans find the new KFC ads distasteful. These are all separate fucking incidences, okay? KFC's controversial naked wrestling ad cleared by Watchdog. KFC under fire for shark attack ad parodying surfer Mike Fanning. We got more. KFC pauses finger licking ads amid coronavirus panic and 150 complaints. KFC apologizes over chicken shortage with cheeky ad, and Twitter loves it, which is good. They did a good job with that one. All right. They weren't cancelled for that. KFC launches controversial ad campaign for the Double Down. Dangerous. KFC ad banned in South Australia. A KFC ad featuring spinning cars has been banned from television by the Advertising Authority. You're seeing this, right? Thoughts on KFC's extra crispy British apology ad. Okay. Oh, that was a health controversy. KFC's new ad campaign. Advertising on women's butts. This is what they fucking do. It's a principle of marketing, and they get it. They get it. Okay. Drunken Reaper, I know Titanium McGrath is a parody account. I was pointing out. Fucking hell. Okay. I am aware. Okay. So, this concept, you may be familiar with it. Up until a week ago, this used to be pretty much a gold standard in advertising and PR, okay? The Succès du scandale, which, excuse my French, you might know it as there's no such thing as bad publicity, okay? Now, none of this is new. It's a good strategy. And this is why we need to fucking relax. All right? Fucking relax. All right? So, are you familiar with the term? Are you familiar with the term? Are you familiar with the term? There is no such thing as bad publicity. Anyway, I lost my track and I thought I'd try to riff, but it didn't work. So, what you do? Push the boundaries. Apologize. Get everyone talking about it. Fucking know your customer. Offend the people that you know aren't going to buy your product anyway, and solidify your base for those, the loyal fans. There are no African Americans who would be, very few, who would have been offended by that ad that are going to withdraw their support of KFC, okay? They have a specific demographic, a specific customer base, and a specific brand, okay? Fucking ignore Twitter, okay? Anyway, now, to be serious, what you need to do if you're in marketing, right? Don't just fucking stir shit. You've seen this play out with me, right? I focus on who pays me. I don't fucking listen to people who don't pay me, right? Same thing. This is what they do. They don't care, right? They pissed off some fucking idiot on Twitter. Trinidad KFC. How many people in Trinidad fucking are offended by that ad? I would say 0. All right. And those that are probably don't eat KFC. But KFC piss off the vegans. You know why? Because the vegans don't like KFC. KFC's piss off the wokes. You know why? Because they don't eat KFC. Okay? It's not fucking hard. You just retract. Create an apology, remove it. Everyone talks about it. They all think they won. They forget for 3 months. And then they go back and there's a new fucking ad that someone else is offended about with tits in it or whatever. Okay? It's how it goes. It's how marketing works, you fucking mongs. So, I'm going to give you some professional advice. Okay? So what you would do when you're working with a brand or working with a business, know who your customers are. And I'm not talking about your audience. I'm talking about your customers. Who will give you money? Okay? This is the true fans principle again. I've talked about this a few times. Okay? You need to find your true fans, your true customers, and who they are, and they get you. Okay, they understand you. They share your sense of humor. They share your values. They share all these things, right? Everybody agrees that KFC is pretty fucking gross. Okay, it's it's gross. Okay, and only gross people eat KFC, and gross people don't fucking, whatever. Not true. I bought it for my son today as a protest. I actually legit ordered KFC today for him just to fucking be a shithead. Anyway, but point being, most people don't give a shit. They don't care if their chicken's racist. Okay. They don't care. They'll just see a funny ad. All right. They just see that it was funny and it was just timed perfectly. I have a feeling that they knew exactly what they were doing. Right. Which was they knew exactly what they were doing, and it's hysterical. Okay. It was just funny. Relax. Fuckwits. Anyway. So, but what you do in marketing, right, is know your customers. Now, but what you need to do is know who you are first. Okay. Because odds are, and this is mostly for like a solo business, but this can expand into company values. In a brand team, right, or in marketing, the first thing that you would do when any campaign is look at values and voice, okay, and look at your customers, look at their values, look at areas that you have in common, okay, but more importantly, what you would do is you sit down and you go, who do those people hate? Who are not our customers? Now, this is something that most dickhead junior marketers don't think of, right? First of all, because they're risk averse. But second, good marketers know this stuff, right? But they're risk averse. A junior marketer doesn't take risks. Fucking senior ones like me do. I just can't get fucking people that are willing at the moment because they're all shit scared. But, right, you need to know who your customers are not. And you know why? Because you can fucking make fun of them. Do you think Star Trek sits there worried about Star Wars fans? They don't, right? They don't care. Do you think Apple gives a fuck about Samsung? Like, remember Apple, most of the most effective ad campaigns of all time. Think about what they do. They contrast your brand with the other brand or the other guy, and they make fun of the other guys. There's a status symbol attached to a lot of it. So what they do is, the Mac versus PC, one of the greatest campaigns of all time, right? You just got to know who and make fun of them. Oh my God, the PC guys will get offended. So they're not buying a Mac. Who gives a fuck, right? Think about that. Same thing with KFC. People who buy KFC don't give a fuck. And also, I think they were playing to the back of the room with this one. But a big part of, so being serious, a big part of KFC's strategy, right, according to their CMO, is to push boundaries, right? They're actually really creative and they're not risk averse. And I wish more corporate marketing teams push boundaries more, because then I'd go back, because I do enjoy the creativity and the creative part of advertising. I really miss that. It's just disappeared. Right, it's all soul-crushing, data-driven shit now, and it's depressing, right? I'd rather just sit and like Photoshop like mullets onto singers and shit like I was doing today. But there's no real creativity in this stuff anymore, and that's the problem. But KFC, right, is a good fucking. They're a really good creative team. But what they do is they fucking just use principles, true fans principle, like I was talking about. And I've just sat there monologuing. Sorry about that. I've just sat there monologuing with the screen open. But anyway, you got to understand this stuff, okay? It's not going to cost them money. The same thing's happening with Facebook. Facebook fucking went, no, I don't know if you're aware. Twitter went woke, 22% ad revenue drop this quarter. Facebook stood up to them and said, fuck them. They tried to do a boycott hate campaign. Revenue's up. They know who their customers are. They know who spends the most money. They know that small businesses don't care, and that brands are fucking whatever. Okay, they don't have the power that they think. So Facebook is another example of people who just know their base. They know, they make decisions. Okay, and that's the good side of data-driven marketing, is that you need to get really clear. Okay, and so on what your metrics are. So that's why setting the right KPIs are so important. It needs to be those people that buy from you, not clicks, not engagement, not Who's angry? Not sentiment, not stakeholders. Do you know what it is? Dollars. If you lose dollars, that's why I was talking about Netflix before, right? The only way you're going to get Netflix to listen is to, affect their bottom line. Otherwise, they're not going to care. And it's the same thing. KFC, they know their customers. Okay, they built a long-standing, pretty long-standing. They've done really well. They were floundering for a while, but in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, they've gone great guns. They're pushing the envelope, and it's just a whole cycle because they know that it ends. They know they'll forget, and then they'll just piss off someone else in 3 months. They're always in trouble. It's funny. Anyway, that was my point. This one's going. I said this would be a short stream, but my point is that this used to be a principle of marketing, and at some point, everyone just forgot this and started to be afraid. Okay, because a bunch of fucking religious fucks decided to ruin everything for everyone else, and I think that sentiment's shifting. Now, what made me laugh about the KFC thing was the parody account Titania McGrath, which I am aware is a parody account. Okay, taking it on and presenting it as KFC having gone woke, when I interpreted it as the opposite. And that's my point, is that it actually played both sides really well, and everybody was talking about it. It was genius. Okay. That's the thing. All right. Thank you, mansplainers. I love it when people assume that I don't know things that I know. They make it my fucking full-time job to know. Anyway, so questions. Red Star. Yes, I thought they were being ironic. Well, yeah, they were being strategic, and it was a humorous ad, and they knew. You don't do a campaign like this without at least a back of the napkin risk assessment. And it is well known in the industry that what if middle upper class white America gets offended by shit? And you know what the answer to that is? Good. It's good for sales. When you piss, this used to be a rule. If it pisses off fucking the right people, it's good for business. Getting cancelled at a certain point in your career is good for business. Okay? It's like when we need to get back to that and remembering that it's actually can be good for you. You just need to be smart about who you piss off. Okay? But from an advertising point of view, there is no such thing as bad publicity. Okay? Now, there is an exception there, which is the fact that the problem is, actually, no, there is no such thing as bad publicity. The problem with cancel culture at the moment is that there is kind of it's not that you're getting bad publicity, you're getting no publicity. Okay, so what happens is that they won't touch you. So that's different. So even negative press is a good thing, but no press is where they get you. Okay, so if you're if you're a journalist or trying to get your story out and you get frozen out by the mainstream media, then you can't get those sorts of things. So it's a slightly different thing. But my point is, I don't believe that there is any such thing as bad publicity. There's such a thing as embarrassing publicity. Okay, and there are exceptions, obviously things that lead to criminal charges and those sorts of things. But for the most part, you can work for work with the flack and work with all of these things and use it to your advantage. Yeah, don't say call me ma'am, go away. So anyway, so any questions other than your token masturbators? We're not. So Simon said, are we talking about Owen Benjamin again? No, we're not talking about KFC. But I suppose he is another cause of diarrhea. So I still can't think of that other joke that I thought of. Was it, why did the chicken cross the road? Because he was in gravy danger. That was the one. And the other one was, I can't remember. Can't have been that good. So awesome. So on that note, given that we have somebody who thinks that this is somehow a DM situation in my feed, we got a bot. Okay. Fair enough. Should we have fun with it? Oh, goodness. Okay. So, if you would like to volunteer to, this is being streamed everywhere and you're crashing my shit. Fuck off. Now, if you'd like to volunteer to moderate for me while you're on, if you want to go on, if you want to, because this is a good point. If you'd like to volunteer, I can add you as a moderator on Periscope. Periscope is quite unmanageable. Look at this stuff. Like they think it's Omegle, right? But if you want to just message me and you don't have, I'm not saying you're up to every stream, but it would be good to have a couple of people I trust who just happen to be on stream on different time zones. And yeah, such attitude will get you nowhere. Why? Oh, that's amazing. That was marvelous. That was great. Anyway, that was funny. I'm rude, apparently. No shit. Oh my God, I didn't drop everything for my biggest fan who I've never seen before in my life. And this actually goes back to my point, okay, which is that you only focus on those who pay you or who are loyal to you, right? I know I broke my rule of not engaging, but we were towards the end and I thought that it might get funny. Thought we had a bot. That's hilarious. Told me off. Well, I'm just going to stop streaming. I'm just going to stop streaming because this guy fucking, yeah, oh my God, that's so funny. Anyway, sometimes you just, no joke, it's good fun. That was hilarious. So, but my point is, like, why would you put this guy, this is a good example, why would you consider that guy's opinion to be like who shows up regularly or is a patron? I'm on Patreon if you want, and whatever. I'm joking. No, but I'm saying that in your mind, you have to learn to sort of have a circle of people, right? And you've got to earn them in, okay? And that's the thing, right? And this is where Twitter has made it possible. I think, who was it that said? Oh yeah, it was a comedy. I was in a comedy class on the weekend, stand-up comedy writing class with Tim Ferguson. I highly recommend it. And he said that Twitter enables people, so it's not just heckling in a show, it allows everybody to heckle everybody after the show all of the time, all around the world. They're hecklers. And nobody listens to hecklers, and everyone thinks hecklers are fuckwits. So don't, if you're in marketing or interested in marketing, or even just an average user or trying to just get through your day, right, and converse, remember, they're hecklers. They don't mean anything, okay? They're not in the arena. They're the critics, all these cliches that fucking go with this stuff, right? But they also don't give you money. They don't pay my bills. I love how that guy, that's funny. I still think that's funny. Oh my God, he's withdrawing his support. Well then, I'm going to go cry now. Dickhead. That's hilarious. So anyway, my point. Anyway, if you are regularly watching on Periscope and you want to be someone that can actually moderate, it's not. I can just add your account, and you will then have the very trusted ability to remove things if you want. So while I'm on stream, if you're around, that would be useful. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to go. Okay, I think I'm going to go. And but yeah, it's not really that educational. But the point is that KFC, they fucking just learn to laugh at stuff. It's marketing 101, right? And most people, honestly, are actually bad at marketing. Like even marketers They're bad at marketing because they don't do the work. They don't do the values work, and they set the wrong KPIs, and they pay attention to all of the metrics that don't matter. They pay attention to fucking engagement and sentiment and all those things, or like, oh my God, that's mad. It's like, well, did it affect your sales? And that's the first thing. When I've talked to people who've been sort of stressed out, right? Because they're getting attacked on social media or whatever, and they're in a business. And I'll sit down with them and I'll go, all right, so what are your numbers like? And they go, oh, my sales are up. Yeah, they are, aren't they? See? What are you worried about? Okay, that's how we should all think. And maybe I just think that way because this stuff's obvious to me, which is why I just lean into it, right? And I think that a lot of people need to, I think this is actually a real test of a lot of this stuff. I'm seeing this with a lot of artists, musicians, famous. With William Shatner today, right? He don't give a fuck. All right. He knows who his fans are. And honestly, the work of like all these, actually, that dickhead that was there before, right? Do you want 100 of those? They're fucking exhausting. Or do you want 2 that you like and you're happy with, right? Get to your true fans, 1,000 true, loyal, happy fans that are just like you, and you're on this rock together and you just go through and have some fun. That's what you want, okay? Life's too short to deal with fuckwits. All right. On that note, I am working on merch, and I've got "Don't be a fuckwit" stickers. If you want "Don't be a fuckwit" on anything, let me know and I'll chuck it on there. But so William Shatner was funny. He says it's only used when it's used to insult me. Exactly. It's a slur. It's not like turf. They're meaningless. Just ignore them. Focus on your There's enough people. There's 7 billion people on this planet, okay? I'm sure you can find 1,000, okay? And block the rest, all right? Filter out the rest, okay? Everybody is free if they've got their 1,000 true fans that will give them money or help them out or whatever. Find your shit. Be awesome. Create things. And know who not your audience, know who your fans are, okay? Who gives a fuck about your audience, all right? No offense, but I'm saying, I think it was mostly fans here today, so that's good. But I'm saying, fuck the fair weather friends. They're more work than they're worth, okay? Just focus on what's real. And if I think in the current climate, what we need to remember is that, you be KFC. Know who you are, all right? Be fat, gross, and know who your customers are. All right? And true to yourself, true to your brand. Okay? You'll be fine. So, I don't know if that was educational and my short 40-minute stream. Short for me. I'm going to go. If you would like to become a patron and support more quality content like this, I am starting to get a bit more structured and a bit more educational with what I'm doing. But this was, whatever. They're always better when I play them back. They always feel worse when I'm in it. And then I watch it back and I go, oh, it wasn't too bad. So remember, true fans, okay? This is fucking the Streisand effect. I'm talking about it because they apologize. Otherwise, it'd be just, it's funny. It works. Okay. I love you. Thank you for your precious life seconds. I will be on tomorrow, I hope. What did I say? Thank you. I love you. Thank you for your precious life seconds. We got this thing, right, where we can't go to sleep without saying our little ritual. It's like that. It has to be in the right order and stuff. And it's like that with this. It has to be the right sign off or it'll bug me. So thank you. I love you. Thank you for your precious life seconds. If you'd like to support me, go to Patreon, PayPal, all those places if you want. And stay safe and well. And I will talk to you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.